we have a case study. We have a case study with this woman right here. This woman is a woman that you do not want to be like. Because a lot of women become side chicks or don't even know that they're side chicks and then find out that they're side chicks later. And it's because of things that this woman exhibit verbatim. So if you don't want to become a side chick and you want to find out if you're a side chick, which is like the telltale signs, this is going to be an amazing stream to let you know exactly what's going on in the head of men and also in the head of these women right here. These women right here will show, well, this woman right here would show exactly what side chick behavior is like. Make sure I set this up. She will show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. Let's start here.
Men will literally gaslight you into not giving them the punishments that they deserve. My man gonna say the other day, he talking about some I don't really like when you have your natural hair out. That's probably my least favorite style. I sat there for a second, then I thought to myself, I said to him, I said, you know, from the way that you be talking to me, I can tell none of your ex-girlfriends ever beat your ass. Mm-hmm. And, you know, reverse psychology, why would you want to put your hands on someone? I don't want to date a man. About all that things they say after you threaten them. It's just a bunch of malarkey. They're trying to save themselves. I'm not saying put your hands on your man because domestic violence is wrong.
That's exactly what you're saying.
But men, they don't really learn lessons easily. And I don't want to have to repeat myself.
Okay, let's just say that was satire, right? Let's just say that she was playing, but she's serious at the same time. This is the type of woman that we're about to experiment on, because her mindset towards men, you could kind of tell. And you can also tell the type of men that she deal with, which we're going to really get into. But in order to know what type of men that she deal with, we're going to have a foundation. Where is her foundation and where does it start? And I think this video, I could go right here. I think this video right here is an amazing start, where she explains how she found out her baby father was, you know, playing for the other team, which also would teach us her foundation and why she acts the way she acts and become the side chick that she became.
Everybody on my
It's always a foundation to something.
Ugly.
Let's skip it up. Skip a little bit.
Why I ghosted my baby father? Because he was gay. Okay, so I met my daughter's father in high school. I met him at a football game at our high school, and then we connected on Instagram. We started hanging out. Really, at that point, I really had no experience with anything or anybody. I had no experience with men or relationships or anything like that.
That we're going to have to give her. If you're a young girl and you don't have no experience with men, you can't blame her for the mistake she made. Kinda. It's how she made a mistake and how she went about that mistake would start the foundation of you being a future side chick to every single man in the future.
Fast forward, when I got pregnant, I called him first before I told anybody. And he basically was like, oh, I knew you were going to do this. He said that his mom had told him that he couldn't have children because of some medication that he was taking when he was younger. Obviously, that was a lie because I'm pregnant, first of all. And like I said, I hadn't done anything before that. Like, I was in high school. I was 16. I hadn't done anything before that. He talked about it, and basically he said that having a child would ruin his rap career.
That right there is important. Right then and there. She got with a man when she was younger, so we're going to give her a pass on that part. But when she got with a man, she got pregnant by him. Once a young woman gets pregnant, that can tell you a lot about her home life. If you get pregnant at a young age, I can tell from the respect that you have for your elders, whoever is raising you. It could be your mother, your father, both of them, your grandmother, whoever it is. If you're not scared to death to get pregnant, because the first thing you would do in high school is basically clear the crime scene. You do not want anybody to see that crime scene. So whatever you do outside that house, you would never ever want to be repeated or anybody to ever know about it. The last thing you would want to do is become pregnant. That is the last thing. So being the fact that she became pregnant at a young age kind of tells you already what type of parenting she had in the house and what type of respect she had for the people that was taking care of her. And then out of all that, she picks the certain type of dude that does not want to take care of a baby already. These are young people. I'm assuming she said she met him in high school. So I'm assuming he's in high school as well. She's already getting in with those type of guys. This is her foundation. So now when we see these videos right here, when we see these videos, we're going to understand exactly how she got to those places and why women like this are side chicks. And you should never, ever take advice and pay attention to women like this because you will just end up becoming a side chick.
That's what he told me. He said he could not ruin his rap career. My mom called him.
Oh, I forgot that part. And he's a rapper. So not only is he already a deadbeat before he even had a baby, he's a rapper. And this is the guy she picked. I guarantee you it was a whole bunch of other men that she could have picked, but they were corny. And she said they linked up after and, they seen each other on Instagram. I'm assuming his Instagram was, slightly popping. It wasn't the cornball, I'm in a chemistry lab type of Instagram. This was more of the bad boy vibe. And she got what she asked for.
We were in the hospital to let him know, his first daughter was born. And his response was, okay, so what do you want from me? Do you want money? What do you want from me? So that was kind of it for a while.
That right there, again, will tell you something. So now not only do you get a guy that wants to be a rapper and don't want to take care of his kids, and then she's a young woman at this time, and I'm assuming he's a young man at this time, this shows the foundation that she already have with bad people. She was already picking wrong from before, which will show later on here on why she picked wrong later on, and she's just a side chick, and she will continue to be a side chick. And any woman that does whatever she does will be a side chick. It's inevitable.
I think a year kind of went by, and I didn't ever really talk to him. I felt like at that point, y'all know, when a man starts talking crazy, you can just leave. I don't need this. So
that is something wrong. See, that's a big mistake right there. That makes you more of a side chick. You get with a certain caliber of guy that you like and addicted to. Those guys end up being those guys that talk crazy somewhere down the line, and then you get comfortable with just leaving. If you get comfortable with just leaving the men that you choose, it will only give you an infinite amount of men that you would deal with in the same exact caliber of the men that you saying that you don't like, but you're aroused by. So by default, you already are becoming the side chick. You're not going to be nobody special to nobody. Just think about that.
Didn't really reach out, didn't see her, didn't come see her, didn't send her any money or anything. Fast forward a year later, he is about to go to jail. So he contacts me, he reaches out to me, and he's like, I want to meet up with you to talk about this. I'm getting ready to go to jail. I thought it was weird because it's we haven't even talked. Why do we need to talk about? He's acting as if we're some kind of a family unit, or as he's been in her life, or when he hasn't been. So I'm confused on what we even need to talk about. You going to jail has nothing to do with me. It doesn't impact me or my daughter in any way. So we meet up at a Walmart parking lot, and he tells me that he's going to jail. He has to turn himself in, and he gives me $300 for while he's gone, even though I don't know if that was just because he was looking for somebody to hold him down in jail, because he had never given me any money before, and we never really talked before. He gave me $300, and then that was kind of the end of that conversation on that day. So when he gets out, a couple of days after he gets out, he comes and he sees her for the very first time, and that was kind of it for at that point. He didn't come back to see her until later on that year on Christmas Eve, and really he didn't come to see her, he just kind of came to see me. So he took me out on a date on Christmas Eve.
Stop. That tells you, once again, another red flag. The man that you slept with does not take care of his daughter, didn't even really come to see his daughter, finally gives you money when it's beneficial to him. At least she was smart on that point, right? And then you go out on a date with him. So everything, she's just a victim. So a man doesn't take care of your child, and now you're open to going on a date for him because it benefits you in some type of way. Okay.
Fills my head with a bunch of lies, and it was at this point where things started to go downhill. We kind of get into a relationship at this point, so we start dating. Andrew, now when he got out of prison, he became this Muslim, this like stand-up guy.
Her times are off. Something is off with this story. She's saying that she got pregnant young. So 16. So I'm assuming at this point she's 17-ish, somewhere around there. He was supposed to go to jail. Unless he didn't go to jail for a long period of time. Maybe that's what it is. Because she said she's seen him later on that year. But she just made it seem like he did a long bit. I guess not.
He's such a Muslim, may Allah do this, he got prayer time and stuff, but he won't see his own child. You know, here's where everything goes downhill. We're dating. I buy this car, straight out cash. I buy this 2021 all white, red interior Scat Pack Charger. I buy this car.
Okay. I'm starting to believe this is another thing that happened with women that are side chicks and women that exhibit side chick behavior. They lie a lot. I'm not saying she's lying exactly about this. However, even now, this is where it gets weird. Not YouTube, it's Google. Charger. Because it's getting weird. It's getting weird. This charger, let's go 2021. Even this year, she said it was brand new charger, a brand new one. A mother of a child. I'm assuming she only had one at this point because it was shortly after. Having enough money to cash out on a car. I don't know what she does and how she does it. But hey, a young woman being able to buy a car like this, let's just say it's this car, and it's a Scat Pack. Yeah, you have to really think about what's going on. And she said it was brand new. So therefore, even that means you had $30,000+ even. That's today. So if she got it back then, when it was 2021, it will cost far more than this. So we have to really think about that. It's coming off like, she's exhibiting liar behavior, but we don't know. But let's just give her the benefit of the doubt.
Car, I come to him, he sees the car, and he's like, yeah, I want one of these. I'm like, you should get you one. He's like, I don't really have like the money to get it. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. We're laying in bed and he's showing me pictures of like different cars that he could buy off, like, I guess they're like cars that people have stolen and are reselling. That's the vibe I was getting. So I don't date scammers, thugs, criminals, none of that anymore.
That's another thing. Once again, this is just building the foundation of the side chicks that's about to come. So everything that she's about to say after this, when it comes to these videos and we're going to go through, she's already showing the type of person she was in the beginning. And then later on is going to show how she never changed. She just evolved into that person, involved into the person that she is right now.
He was basically like, yeah, this one is only $6,700. I wish I had that money. I know I'm going to have the money next week, but I don't have the money now. And the guy is telling me that if I don't buy it now, like, it's not going to be here next week, that kind of deal. And so he asked me, he's like, can I just borrow the money? I'll give it back to you in 2 weeks. And I said, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. I'll give you almost $7,000. We go to the bank. I pull it out in cash. I hand it to him in his hand. You sure going to give it back to me in 2 weeks? He goes, yeah, I'm going to give it back to you in 2 weeks. Boom. 2 weeks come and go. He's saying, oh, I need time. Mind you, y'all, he did not buy a car. I never saw the car. You know what I did see? Moncler, Louis Vuitton, Gucci. That's what I did see. I never saw a car. So he tells me like, oh, I don't have like a consistent job. I don't make money like you do. Even though the 2 weeks deadline was his deadline, he says that he needs more time to kind of get the money. Here's where things go really downhill.
It went downhill already, to be honest. I don't understand. You have a woman that somehow, some way can just buy a brand new car for, even now today is $30,000+. So it have to be more. So she says, let's just give her the benefit of the doubt. She got $60,000, $70,000 to spend on the car in cash one time. Let's just say, okay. And then afterwards, you still have an extra 7,000 that you can just go to the bank, pull out, and give somebody in cash. Okay, you give it to the gangbanger baby father of yours, and then he said that he gonna have it next week. Somehow, some way, you would have to think that this guy has it next week for whatever reason. But he said that he don't have a job and he don't make consistent money like you. That's something that you knew beforehand. And in no job, in no scenario, as young teenagers, you would ever be able to receive basically $7,000 in a week. It's just not happening. Even adults don't even make that. So therefore, it's like if an adult doesn't make $6,000, $7,000 in a week, where is the teenagers getting this extra money from? And they were talking about it like it was coming from a job. And I still would love to know what she's doing because it's giving a lot of liar vibes, but we're going to see.
We start having an argument about sex because we ain't been having none. So I'm confused at like what's going on with that. Like, why are we not? And he tells me, I'm going to post a screenshot. He tells me, oh, I'm not even going to say it out loud. I'm just going to post it for y'all to read.
I'll pause it right here. I'm just confused on why I'm not getting 8. Wow, not yet. I've known you for 6 years. I raised your kid by myself. I drive 6 hours every week to see you. I guess you meant I gave. And I gave you thousands literally the morning after you asked. What exactly are you waiting for? My death? Bruh, chill the F out. I would sell my soul to get just one clear answer out of you in any subject. What do you mean chill? I'm chilling. I'm finna ask you something, and before I say this, there really isn't a reason for you to get mad. You never know nowadays. Let's talk right now. So now when we say like a woman that's chasing a man, it's something about women that like this dopamine rush. These guys, that you can write paragraphs or whatever, and he just write like a little line after the dude owes you some type of money or whatever it is. This is the type of person that these women chase. These are not the guys that actually want them and actually want to be in a relationship with them. These are the men that they have to chase. And if they don't get to chase them, then they're just not interested. That is side chick behavior. And this is the reason why you become the side chick, because you chase men that don't really want you, because that's the way you get your dopamine hit. Someone saw I read all that. He said, okay, God damn it, I done ruined that. Let's go back to it.
See here, he got out of a white. That sucks. We're gonna give it back. And I just think we should not talk to each other ever again.
Nope.
Like, going on with get the money. Here's where things go really down. With that, like, why are we?
For a woman to ask you that tells you everything that you need to know and some more. Just making sure we still good. Tells you everything that you need to know and some more. No, it's definitely you. I never cared to play with the box, to be honest. Even growing up, I love women, but I don't like to touch slimy things. That's just not what I'm into. Okay?
So clearly in my...
Wait. That doesn't say that he's a fruit pop. Maybe. Oh, let me not say it yet.
Mind, you're gay. It's giving, why are you gay? You're gay. You're gay. So
this is another side chick behavior that women need to avoid. If a man, this mindset that if a man doesn't do whatever you want him to do, it's something wrong with him. And it's never ever something wrong with you. Maybe, just maybe, that box wasn't good. And he doesn't want to do that with you. Just maybe. And what women do, these women that exhibit, women like this, will try to shame somebody for not wanting something bad. Like for not taking a bad deal. Maybe he doesn't want to sleep with you because something happened. And it's so many times that men do not want to hurt women's feelings. Trust me. He might have, something threw him off. Maybe one of those times, or it probably wasn't even that good. And he's like, nah, I'm good. But a man would keep a woman there as a side chick solely just to get some when he feels like it. It's kind of like a yo-yo. Like I'll pull it up when I feel like pulling it up. But for the rest of the time, I'll just let it sleep. I don't really care for it. But maybe it's going to be better than using my hand one day. So that's the level that you might be at. You might just be over, I could use my hand, or right on top of that, I could actually use this woman. So let me do that. And from the way he comes off, it seems like he's that guy. And I personally think that maybe your box is not as fire as you think it is, and it's not as good as you think it is. And instead of you trying to change that, you try to insult somebody for not wanting it.
Well, I told him at that point, like, hey, I want my money back that I gave you. I want it back right now. And I just think we should not talk to each other ever again. Like, you're not doing anything for your daughter, and and you're gay. Like, you can. And also, I should have known. He's from Atlanta. He is overly masculine. He's 5'2". Like, come on, babe. I should have known. So I asked him for.
That has nothing to do. This is the mindset that you get. That has nothing to do with him being a homosexual. But people like this, which we're gonna see, people like this need to give out shame and insults to men for a certain reason to make themselves feel good. This is what losers do. This is superior loser behavior, which we're going to actually analyze, but I won't dig deep into that right now, but I will get into it after we finish these videos right here, because it's a certain trait that all losers have, and this woman is exhibiting a lot of it.
Money back. He doesn't give me the money back, and I basically just end up blocking him, and I have never spoken to him again. So I guess this is basically the story on how I ghosted my baby daddy for being gay. He was actually gay. My ex, I don't think he was gay, but my baby daddy was actually gay, y'all. For people asking me, like,
maybe they're not. Now I'm really convinced, because she's saying there's more than one person. I think your box is not what you think your box is, and I'm gonna take a shot in the dark with that one. Your box cannot be good. It got to be something that men are trying to avoid. And instead of you trying to figure out what that is, as a woman, you should say, you know what? Something is off. Guys are not really wanting this. I need to do something to fix this situation, instead of shaming them and insulting them, because that's not going to work. The box will still be the same.
can I ask my baby daddy? I can't ask him for anything. I don't even know how to get in contact with him if I needed to get in contact with him. That's how good I blocked him.
This is another thing when it comes to like side chick behavior. I really think that women like this, they'll never ever tell you the backstory of a lot of things. This is why you have to analyze people. If you are a woman and you see a woman like this, you have to sit there and analyze her behaviors and what she do and the choices she make. Because the choices that this woman made was so terrible that you think that a man is fruity because he doesn't want to touch you. Not that he doesn't want to touch women, he just doesn't want to touch you. And still, instead of you saying like, you know what, let me figure out what's wrong with me, you go out there and you say, no, there's something wrong with that man. And that's fine. This one makes us go to another video, right? Which video are we gonna go to? We're gonna go to another video so we can basically get into the character of this woman.
Watch that video of that girl saying like she wants her man, she wants to go like 50-50 provide in the household because she doesn't want her man to be depressed and get stressed out working and providing for the household, even though that's his job. Anyway.
That right there, that was very condescending. I can tell already, and we all can look at a person that thinks a man is supposed to do something for them, but they can never ever tell you what they're supposed to do for a man. Women, you do never want to be a person that knows what somebody, it doesn't even have to be a man. It could be a friend. It could be anybody in your life that you know everything that the person is supposed to do for you, but you can't write on the back of a stamp what you're supposed to do for that person. If there are obligations, you have to assume that these obligations are both ways. These obligations cannot be just one-sided. And if it is, that makes you a bad person. Now, this woman in this scenario, from what we've seen before about her being with her gangbangers and her friends, this is what makes her this bad person. She thinks that she should be obligated to be with somebody else and somebody else owes her something. This woman is not a woman that you will really want to be around. And she exhibits so many signs of a side chick and these side chick behaviors.
Anyways, my thing is, she was going on as if a woman's non-financial contributions are not valuable in a partnership. She was saying that women are just sitting down and that they're not valuing the partnership part of a relationship. And I'm thinking women contribute so extensively before we even break into the financial contributions that a woman can bring.
Now, this is delusion, and this is why a lot of women end up single or end up as side chicks like this woman, because everything that she just said can be flipped on both sides of that coin. Men and women are going to contribute in a certain way. You are very delusional as a woman if you think that you contribute to a relationship as much as a man. That's what automatically puts you in the side chick behavior. Let me explain. In order for a man to get with a woman, you're going to make sure, as a woman, you're going to make sure that this man is doing everything that's needed for you from the beginning. From the gate, he has to take a loss somehow, some way in order for you to take a gain. He would have to, make sure he hits you up, not you hit him up. Make sure he plans a date, not you have to plan a date. Make sure he can get you to the destination or get you back from the destination, however y'all set it up. He has to pay for whatever is going on, whatever activity y'all going to do. Whatever it is, it's on his back in order to do that. To keep and maintain a relationship, that is mainly on him. You have to keep a woman interested. To keep a man interested, it's pretty easy, to be honest. But to keep a woman interested, you're going to need a little bit more. This is why a minority of men can be with a bunch of women. However, a bunch of women wouldn't want to be with the majority of men. They're only attracted to the minority of men. And that's for a reason, right? The reason is because men, the small minority of them, know what they're doing and know how to arouse a woman or take care of a woman. That's the reason. So when she's saying a woman is supposed to do this, I can tell her mind is so effed up that she's looking at it like men do this, women do this, which is nothing over here, but men have to do this and some more. The fact that a person can say that two people should come together and have a woman wants to come together and help her man do something and not put 100% of the burden on him, and she's like, nah, that's his burden. I would love for her to explain exactly what's her burden as a woman.
And so even if you don't have a job, as a woman, I'm pretty sure you're doing most of the work in the house and when it comes to the children. And my only thing about her little...
That would be assuming that y'all live together, and if y'all do live together, y'all have children. If you do have children, if you don't have children, if the house is in a state that you have to constantly clean it up, which is weird for two adults, in my opinion. One, you're either with somebody that's dirty or you're the dirty one that you have to clean up every day. It's not much to do inside of a house if you're not working. Now, if you have children are children, as far as infants and toddlers, that's for a few amount of years. So it also depends on the age of the children. After a certain point, those children go to school. And then if you're not working at that point, it's not really much to do. About 8 hours of the day, you're just basically free. Another 8 hours, you're probably sleeping. So the other 8 hours, you're probably doing a lot of the motherly duties. And I would assume if you pick the man that you're supposed to pick, it's not like side chick behavior and baby father coming to visit behavior, then he also helps with that as well. So your life is pretty easy, if you ask me, in comparison to somebody that's doing it by themselves.
It's like women get stressed out too. Women get tired too. Yet people laugh because you're at home. All you do is watch the kids. So I just don't agree. I don't know.
The gangsters are.
All right, let's just. Man. Well, yeah, this woman is a case study that just needs to be studied. Stop the stream right here.